Hello, and thank you for selecting the California Enterprise Architecture Framework Digest presentation. This presentation is a brief overview of the California Enterprise Architecture Digest, the first of 4 core building blocks of our statewide EA framework. This presentation is approximately 15 minutes and covers the high-level information presented in much further detail in the full-length digest document located on this same webpage. What is enterprise architecture? A well-defined practice for conducting enterprise analysis, design, planning, and implementation using a holistic approach at all times for the successful development and execution of strategy. EA as a noun is essentially the architecture components of an enterprise and their relationships to one another. It is the business, technology, and skill components within the enterprise integrated with one another to deliver mission products and services to consumers. EA is also a practice of identifying gaps in current state architectures that prevent future state accomplishments. Through analysis of current state perspectives, implementations, and problems, EA services provide transformation planning to achieve the target state. This analysis informs project planning, investment decision-making, and resource development. Organizations that sponsor and support enterprise architecture programs and integrate their practice and methods into strategic planning at the organizational, business, and technical levels have a greater chance of experiencing both organizational value and operational benefits. Organization value is observed in improved business processes, better informed and faster decision-making cycles, as well as fewer misunderstandings and improved stakeholder communications. Operational benefits are observed in more tactical organization aspects, such as more rapid identification of digital innovation opportunities, combined perspectives of current and future state architectures, and realistic assessments of business and technical capabilities that, when better defined, may reduce operating expenses. These observable value outcomes are most notable when the EA program is strategically placed in an integrated management structure in line to intercept and contribute to the standard communication channel. Where EA programs and architects are organizationally placed has a direct effect on the influence and maturity of the advice and work products the program can offer. Keeping the EA practice close to other governing management bodies will yield the highest value to decision makers. Your enterprise architect is a uniquely trained and trusted advisor. The architect is expected to create unbiased perspectives from organization domains, segments, capabilities, or people viewpoints. These perspectives inform project stakeholders and engineers in designing, managing, overseeing, and coordinating subject areas impacted by change. As trusted advisors, architects provide consultative advisory research and review services to staff, management, and the highest level executive decision maker. Your EA program cannot provide the level of mature, consultative services described in the previous slides without sponsorship. Not only sponsorship at the highest organizational level, but also within the middle layers of the organization. This is where key partnerships with management, project teams, staff, and support engineers are critical to being successful at demonstrating the holistic importance of strategic and tactical planning. Subject matter experts can glean valuable information from the work products of your EA program that accelerate decision-making cycle times and improve one's understanding of the total cost of ownership of investment decision-making. With the rapid changes impacting our government services today, not only how we think about the delivery experience to consumers, but in how we anticipate planning and designing them, it's important now more than ever to act with purpose and focused intent on our transformation initiatives. Today, we as a state are more resource constrained, time deficient, and budgetarily weak than we were yesterday. The transformation windows of opportunity aren't as wide as they could be. Now more than ever, EA programs can provide a cohesive and consistent structure to solving problems and informing priorities. At this point, it's good to reflect on your own organization. Understanding the current position of your organization's strategic goals, challenges, and responsibilities, staff, and skills. Take a moment to read these questions and answer them honestly. You may not know the answers to some or all of these. Who within your enterprise is looking at the organization holistically? Who within your enterprise is analyzing both current and future states from an integrated strategic, business, and technical perspective? Does the organization have a clear vision with a strategy to accomplish it? How are organizational decisions impacting relationships of other organizational components? Estimate where your program is in the EA road to success. What, if anything, could you do to influence progression? Without sponsorship or support of an EA program and/or focused architects, you should evaluate if you're shortchanging your organization in its absence. Are you working harder than you need to recreating information each time initiatives are proposed? Until this point, we've shared an overview of what enterprise architecture is, why you should consider its embedded inclusion in your organization, and the worthwhile advantage of sponsoring it. Department EA programs are more likely to be successful when they are in a position to align with a state program structure that provides a plug-in, if you will, capability to the larger framework. CDT's Office of Enterprise Architecture is the author of the California's Enterprise Architecture Framework. The CEAF, as we call it, is an intuitive and action-oriented framework designed to enable the application of EA services for the purpose of improving business and IT decisions that impact the delivery of government services to California residents. CEAF is comprised of 4 building blocks. The digest, the first building block, where an overview of EA and its most foundational needs are defined. The program building block describes both the statewide and department EA program structure, as well as actionable implementation strategy for programs is discussed. Portfolio, the third building block, describes foundational predefined EA capabilities and services of an EA program, as well as the overview of the statewide online EA repository. And 4, the views, describes reference models, reusable patterns and themes, use cases, and the overview of the EA community collaboration. The idea behind CEAF is to provide a single source of architecture information for the state of California that establishes a common language among architects and provides consistent and cohesive architectural services, methods, and work products for California's IT community. With our large community of architects, having a framework that aligns our efforts and, if adopted, has the potential to highlight architectural patterns across departments or programs, pushes California's IT community to discover efficiencies that would otherwise go unnoticed. More tactically speaking, and within the boundaries of departments, CEAF offers EA programs reusable tools and methods for ongoing transformation planning. Accompanying any framework, underlying principles help to ensure that the framework remains strong and inclusive. CEAF adopts these 5 principles. It will remain a structure that allows departments already implementing enterprise architecture programs to easily integrate. It enhances upon work already performed through previous CEAF versions, lessons learned, and associated policies. It encourages collaboration and involvement of our state agencies and departments, strives for widespread buy-in and collective maturity. It maintains compatibility with the Federal Enterprise Architecture Framework as a North Star, and it facilitates both short-term improvements that provide quicker value and long-term improvements providing more substantial value over time. The statewide EA repository is a component of the framework. The structure of the repository mimics that of the EA cube as it's described in the federal EA framework. Additional information regarding the repository structure is explained in the California Enterprise Architecture Framework portfolio. Within the repository is a large set of EA artifacts. Artifacts include guides, templates, tools, and predefined artifact sets that support common business scenarios of which EAs are often called upon to provide architectural services. The repository is open to all state staff and requires login access to view and download materials. The repository is located in the EA Communities Forum in CDT's Communities portal. Lastly, EA programs document architectural perspectives to support the realization of strategic goals. We refer to these perspectives as views and viewpoints. Views being what we see, and viewpoints being the specific position from which we see the view. Perspectives are important within the organization stack from the lowest tangible viewpoint, like infrastructure, to the highest intangible viewpoint, like strategic goals, and all of the views in between that integrate, interact, or depend on each other. Integrated views include the strategy, business, data, applications, and technology domains of organizations. Cross-cutting views, or views that illustrate a perspective that cross multiple domains, are also presented in the form of such things as security, skills, and standards, to name a few. Views provide stakeholders with a frame of reference and the opportunity to see a more holistic picture of scope-relevant components. This CEAF Digest full presentation, as well as the Digest document, can be viewed and downloaded from the Office of Enterprise Architecture homepage on the CDT website. Your questions, comments, and collaboration are welcome and encouraged. Please check out the EA Community Forum located in CDT's Communities portal. Thank you.